Hello my goblins and ghouls, my name is Steven. Hey, editing Steven here. We've got some news about the whole renaming thing since I shot this intro, so here it is. From this moment forward, we will be known as Opulo. Opulo does not have a dictionary meaning. It is a word that we created based on a few other words that we liked, mainly populate. It's akin to assembling and creating and taking individual parts and bringing them together. Of course, populate is just a word, so we rearranged some letters and moved some things around until we found something that we could get a trademark for and wasn't gonna collide with any other company that had similar goods or services. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of calls with a lawyer later, and here we are. Some things will still have the old name for a little bit as we transition away from it. We wanna make sure that people that don't get this news right here still know where to find us, so it'll be a little bit of time while we're transitioning out of the name use. Thank you so much to everyone that gave suggestions for names. We looked at every single suggestion and they were all very helpful in figuring out what we're gonna do. We do not yet have a name for the pick and place. We have one that we really want, but we're just almost done figuring out all the legal stuff behind the scenes to make sure that we're good to go on it. So I'll have some news about that very, very soon. All right, that's the news. I'll let you get back to the video. We are finalizing the last few things before pick and place kits are available for sale, and one of the biggest things that we're working on is getting all of the packaging squared away. Turns out it's really hard to make sure that a whole bunch of parts arrive to their destination happy and intact. This is something that Lucian has been working on for the past few months, trying to find a way to package everything to keep them safe, and the best way to test that is to destroy a few of them. First off, the kit is what we're calling a BYOP kit, or bring your own printer. It has absolutely everything you need to get started except for the plastic parts which you print yourself. All of the parts fit on a standard 7" by 7" bed. I've personally printed every single part on a Prusa Mini and they guaranteed work on that. So the vast majority of printers can handle printing every part, and it only takes about 1 kilogram to print everything. So just one spool. Anyway, after Lucian had the first pass of the packaging done, we followed a FedEx guideline of this is the absolute worst case that your package could reasonably experience during shipping. This is something that Lucian and I have used before in previous jobs, checking how good the packaging does of protecting a product. It is effectively dropping your product 10 times in 10 different orientations from about 30 inches, and you start with the most fragile corner and you slowly work your way back to less fragile orientations for your box. This was our first test a few months ago.
So here's the kit, all packaged with all the foam design. This is the geometry of the packaging we're hoping to use in production. So we're gonna put it like this and close up the box and drop this guy.
30 inches, 10 times. Whew. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, 9 more drops to go.
I'm not excited.
3. Oh! So we're halfway through the drop test. This is the first corner, and it's pretty smushed in there. But that also means that the foam is compressing a good amount, and hopefully it does not mean any of our components are messed up. But that's why we run this test, because hopefully at the end of this, it's all fine, and then we validated that our packaging is going to allow all the parts to support whatever FedEx might reasonably subject it to. Now we're gonna keep doing the rest of the faces, incrementing in size.
I hate this. It's like I'm dropping my baby. We're gonna keep going, we're halfway through.
All right, sweet, get at it. All right, wanna crack it open?
Yeah, let's get to, I wanna document the damage first.
All right, let's do it.
All things considered, it's still in the shape of a box.
Yep.
There's no extrusion poking out.
Yeah.
We didn't hear anything break.
Yep. Let's see what's in there. We learned a ton from the first test, and Lucian went ahead and made a whole bunch of changes to the design to make it a lot better and fix some of the issues that we found.
When the box was dropped onto the side edge, what we found is that it could actually result in the spindles puncturing the camera packaging, and that's not stellar. We couldn't have that. So one of the first immediate changes was to rotate the orientation of stepper motors in the packaging by 90 degrees so that the spindles face downward. Another huge thing that we learned when drop testing V1 was that the box needs a lot more packaging tape holding it together. The box will like hyperextend and the corners will become like out of perpendicularity to each other. The more tape that we can put into the box to hold the joints and angles true, the stronger the box will be.
Set this up properly here. Okay. Let's bring it to a table and see what we got.
Sure. In order to keep things in place more in shipping, when we switch from V1 to V2, we decided to add more compression. If there's not a lot of preload on the foam and the components, things can bounce out. So what we actually did is we added a sheet of cardboard that sits atop the very top sheet of foam and just adds about 6 millimeters of extra space above everything. It just compresses at that 6 millimeters, and that helps a lot. Another big thing was just consolidating components into the hardware kit bag. In the event that the box was opened by a customs agent for international export, there's not so many small parts that can pop out and be reinstalled in the wrong spot. That looks fine.
This seems okay.
We did pretty good of it this time around. It really came a long way between first concepts in CAD versus what we finally dropped and are planning to ship with.
Yeah.
But there's definitely things that we'll do in the future. This is pretty much MVP to us, and it's more than minimum viable. We know it's going above and beyond our needs, but there's more it can do and more it can be. Make something a little bit more cohesive that's easier for us to make, easier for customers to dispose of, and better for the earth.
Right.
Stretch goal is to look at growing mushroom packaging.
Yeah.
Apparently you can just grow boxes out of mycelium.
Yeah.
And what's annoying there is it takes 30 days to grow, so we would need as many molds as product for as many pieces of foam as we would hope to ship
in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is it'd be like opening a wine vineyard.
Just for packaging.
Yeah. I think for today's day and age with supply chain shortages coming left, right, and unexpectedly,
yeah,
the packaging should probably stay flexible.
We laser cut all this foam, and you went and got a laser cutter from your buddy with a machine shop up in New York,
yeah,
and he was getting rid of it, and we got that so that we could rapidly change the design for the packaging. If stuff changes in the design down the road and we were updating a whole bunch and coming up with new releases as we're shipping these things, we can't be pigeonholed into a design. So being able to just laser cut in-house and make it work is huge for having that flexibility.
Yeah. You and I commonly talk about tool or project. In the case where you need that flexibility, we kind of needed the project that can be what we need it to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we have some origami style cardboard that notches everything together.
Yeah.
It's sleek and nice. If we can get the box to be 60-70% folded nested cardboard,
that'd be so cool.
That'd be awesome. The 10-point FedEx issue drop test is pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
I hope that no customers get a box that's that thoroughly dropped, but if you do happen to, I can tell you.
We tested it. Yeah.
So we're prepared.
Nicely done. It's beautiful. It's nicely laid out. It's it all presents very nicely when you open the lid. It's gorgeous. And it's cool. How many gallons of milk worth of volume is this foam?
Americans hate reasonable units of measurement, so I'll give it to you in gallons of milk. Lucian for scale.
Yeah, that's a lot of foam. So now we gotta bring all these pallets up and get going on cutting it. All right, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
This laser cutter went to Niagara Falls with me. All right, so in the first part,